what's the plan for tonight? The plan for tonight is simple. I guess the plan was actually I was gonna go and do a deep philosophical dive on a question. The problem was I didn't want to make an announcement because the question is kind of let's just say not very TOS friendly. So I'm kind of like hesitant to cover it, but it's kind of propped up in my mind, and I'll say it clear and simple. It's uh, why haven't you killed yourself, guys? Why haven't we killed ourselves, bro? That's the question. So maybe I should have rewatched Babylon to get a good thematic examples. But yeah, that was the question I wanted to actually explore. So basically I wanted to find a hard-hitting question, and I realized the thing that I wanted to confront was this shit, and I was like, oh yeah, it's kind of a what the fuck moment. Is like, legitimately, I think it is a worthwhile thing to explore because you have done any sort of life um I guess introspection, you'll arrive at certain answers to it. And no, and the fun part is nobody knows the real answer. And for me, the context is I objectively I have nothing to lose really, and everything to gain. And even if my life wasn't as like great and comfortable like this, um, would still need to confront the fact that, oh, I'm still fucking breathing, bro. Okay, I can still do some shit, which we can segue into the topic for tonight. Which don't hide this from all the advert people, the advertising people, because they don't want to. They don't. This is not a good. This is not a good thing to talk about on stream, y'all. Okay, run to the other side, because there's some introspective shit, and also existential stuff we're gonna approach. So I guess continue listening at your own peril. But uh, let's get it out of the way, okay? The question is, why don't you kill yourself? Plain and simple, okay? What is the point of life? Why keep living? Why keep doing all this shit when you think that everything is fucked? You know, life can get, extremely tragic and screwed up. Why not just skip the middleman? Just be like, hey, you know what? I'm good. This whole pain and suffering shit. Why don't I just just turn it off? Maybe I'll feel a little bit of initial pain and scariness, but it's got to be not that bad, right? I have engaged a little bit of of introspection, as well as a thing called watching YouTube. So I have some ideas, and also experiences from life that I can bring here, that I can at least try to argue, guys, that don't kill yourself, okay? In fact, while it's valid, you can kill yourself. I would say it's a tragedy. It's a sad thing to fucking do. The sadness is not just me being sad. It's more like it's a sadness of existence itself, and it's like you're basically doing everybody, everything a disservice. I'll explain properly, at least in terms of my own structure of how I came to this conclusion. But that's my argument. And to add on to that is basically, in fact, if, yes, everything sucks and everything fucking is out here to kill you and fucking basically compress and crush you. But at the base point of it, as a human being, there is a fundamental, there is a choice, like at the central core of it. even though it seems that there is no choice, even if there is some deterministic factors, even though you feel like shit and all that, there is an inherent choice to literally every single thing that you want to do. And I would argue the base choice to make is always just say, like, fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, I'm gonna overcome whatever shit is thrown at me. Even if it's the fucking Holocaust, even if it's goddamn what's a recent modern villain? Even if it's fucking Sukuna sucking on these balls, tell that to him is like you're gonna face every single thing imaginable. So me trying to basically figure out why I like, or basically really want to integrate a lot of the ideas in Lie Eater into my own like philosophical being, led to Albert Camus' like ideas. A lot of his ideas kind of like are very parallel. Basically, I think I'm on the level of like existentialist, like absurdist. I guess I don't know better way to put it, but I guess the simplest way I can put it now, that I've learned is a very it's actually a defined thing that which I think I referenced last stream. It is the pessimism of strength, the idea that you are it, yes, you take things for what they are of, oh, this shit, you're being realistic. You're seeing things in a pessimistic lens of, oh, this is what it will lead to. This will lead to ruin, or you're being realistic on things, but in the face of all this, negativity and all that shit, you just say no. You just say no, no. So that's, I think, my current um basically, I think a lot of my ideas, or my current ideas on like life and shit, they all just kind of lead to Nietzsche at the end of the day. Okay, basically what I'm saying is Nietzsche is super based. Okay, that's basically it. And I probably need to go and read actual Nietzsche to fully understand everything. But that's what it seems to lead to. Okay, so yeah, uh, let's get into uh, uh, some ideas, or I guess how do I want to approach this? I guess I want to approach it from the lens of, um, let's say the the realistic, air quotes realistic, point of view on my very questionable idea. Okay, because here's the thing: is this is actually a very big question, because hey guys, if you didn't know, you're human, and you're gonna have to confront or I guess you can choose not to confront it, but um, you kind of have some level of answer to this question of why haven't you killed yourself? Because spoiler alert, you're alive right now. At least I hope so. So there is usually a reason for that, and what I tend to see is that um, the answer that people come up with, or at least I've also kind of like, it's like a nebulous, like slow death idea. If that makes sense. The answer to it is like, is I don't really know. Does that make sense? It's like, uh, or I guess a better way to put it is a little bit too scared to find out. You know what I mean? Is that's usually I guess the meta answer, the basic programming idea to it is okay. And what is it? Yeah, sure. We can go and test this, try to experiment. Let's go try this out. You can't really do that. you know it's like, yeah, you'll find out, but you know what I mean, if it doesn't work out, you know what I mean, there's that. And then two, my point with the whole, if you encounter someone, if you have not gone through the fundamental introspection of really like trying to define for yourself why haven't you actually killed yourself, then you don't have an answer to the to the all the horrors and the tragedy of like the people who are you know surprisingly are very similar to you or maybe very unsimilar to you. um, when you encountered that, when you try to convince them of anything else, you don't have an answer. You fundamentally don't. So this is my attempt at like kind of also defining it for myself, um, but also it hopefully like reminds you all that you kind of should try to do some introspection on this idea. Let's pivot to another part of this whole question. Is what is it? Is the reason for why you should do it. Okay, let's like steel man this. Like, why should you do it? Um, here's the number one reason. Okay, life fucking sucks. At least seemingly. There's so much bullshit that happens in the real world, guys. Okay, so if we like apply this to the tragedies of like oh why haven't why you should kill yourself? Well, the thing is, I haven't experienced, I don't know, say being tortured alive in a in a cell, right? You know, I'd like to not find out, at least willingly. That's the thing is I don't know if fundamentally I'm too privileged to really like see the true darkness. You know what I mean? So it's just what I'm saying is like it's easy to say, oh, you just need to confront this thing, confront all the suffering, all that. But the answer is, it's very hard. It's difficult as shit. There is no like, yeah. That's the thing is, there is a fundamental like, not just friction, maybe pressure is a good word. What I'm trying to say is, fundamentally, like the yes, the void is is so constricting. Will pressure you to give up as much as possible. And it will always be hard. That is the answer. It's like it will always be hard, and there is no guarantee. As Max has put it, like if there's a guarantee, then life loses its meaning. At least that is an interpretation for it. It will always be a difficult struggle no matter what. That's why it's hard to just say to someone, hey man, just do it, bro. Or, well, not just do it, because answer. What I'm saying is, just don't kill yourself, or just uh, like uh, what is it, what is the thing they always say, I forget. Just don't be depressed, bro. Like it's true, but it's also, it kind of loses out on the meaning because it sounds like, shit advice, which it kind of is, but it's also like it hints at a truth. And it's that I think that what I'm starting to realize a lot more is, as the thesis for my own story, for my own like the thing for my own like remember rain visual novel shit, is at the center core of it all, of all the suffering and all this bullshit, at the center core of it, there is a you. There is, well, let me rephrase that. There is a will. There is a fundamental kind of thing within you that has a choice in any given moment. You basically like the answer to it all, to like to make the choice of saying no, to say I will rebel against in spite of all this like pressure that's being pushed into me right now, that's trying to like crush me. I want to see how I can surpass that. How far am I able to push my own limit, rebel against that sort of pressure, that entropy that's trying to crush you. And that's where you see the most beautiful, like, fucking stories and like lives of like people have lived. And really this applies to all of humanity, is that fundamental drive to make that choice in any given moment of everything pressuring you to of saying, hey, you don't need to make a YouTube video, you don't need to learn any Japanese, you can give up today, you don't need to work on shit, like all of that is like yourself, and whatever, like, and well, I'm describing myself, but like the social conditioning or behaviors, they're all kind of like entropy trying to push you down and suppress you, and you don't realize it, that at the core fundamental of it all, you have the choice. You have a choice. And it is a fundamental kind of rebellion against it all, is when Usogui quote is, that's when people in a gamble shine, is when in all of these dire times, or like when life is at its, like, most dangerous, and everything, that's when it like that's when the beauty occurs. So are you embracing the concept of rebellion while simultaneously accepting the absurdity of the universe? That is a good way to put it. The best way to put it is Gurren Lagann is quite, it describes the human will, the human determination, more better than like any anime I've seen. Or maybe that's a wrong way to put it. It's more like it's the most like bombastic um way that I've enjoyed so far of how it expresses it. Like, isn't it kind of sick that we're alive right now, right? So you take that idea of like, hey, everything's kind of pretty, sick, right? And you apply that to 11. I guess is the way to put it. Is to accept that everything is kind of like, has its some deterministic factor, but um in the face of that, just laugh and be like, hey, you know what? This can be kind of fucking enjoyable. Just like enjoy the fucking ride is basically the way to put it. Um, yeah, I have shaped thoughts on absurdism, or like kind of like my idea on it that I've integrated so far, but or at least try to integrate into my life. But um, simplest way I can put it is kind of just enjoying enjoying the present moment for what it is. That's kind of the thing, and just kind of like, I guess is the idea of laughing at your own fate. This is the way to put it, in the face of it all. It all goes back to the in spite of it all. Okay, that's gonna be my new motto. Okay, that's my new motto going forward. Okay, it's not this live without regret shit. While yes, I still agree with, and there is a deeper meaning to that. I've now cemented a new one. Okay, and it's gonna be, I'm gonna make this a fucking quote in my goddamn book, or well, story. That's hopefully we'll see. Maybe it will shape into something better. But currently, I figured it out. It's gonna be the quote is, in spite of it all, I am dangerous. I am Rain. I am a human being. I am, put in whatever identity you choose for yourself. That's what it is. And I need the problem now is, now I've to find it, but now I need to fucking live in. That's at least I'm on my way there. It's just that's the issue, is it goes back to the what I'm saying is, everything is fundamentally there to pressure you and try to, like, basically say you can, go become nothing once again. At any given point you just have to like choose, okay, you know what, even though I might have spent like 2 days playing Dead by Daylight instead of learning Japanese, today I will choose to learn some more Japanese. Like it's in simple things like that, and you learn that fundamental choice, that very small, minute like thing, is is like all of life. It's just all of life is just there. It's just it's on a micro level expands to the macro level, which is the beauty in that. In that, if you think about it, life is all connected in some shape or form, and it's kind of just a lens view thing of not seeing those connections. It's really, that's so a fascinating thing that I have not delved into enough yet. It is a miracle that humanity exists. If the Earth were to spin a little slower or faster, we would cease to exist. Yes, Max. That's like when you break it down. That's the absurd. That's like the absurdism kind of applying is. Can't we all appreciate just how crazy the current moment is? Just the amount of things that had to have happened for even, let's say, humanity to exist. But not only that, not just for humanity to exist, to 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 have fucking anime, to have me yapping about some philosophical bullshit to a camera that's connected to some set of wires and powered by electricity, and the information's going through in like some visual thing, routed into the thing we call the internet, and it somehow goes to your screen right now. I'd still be yapping. I still exist. I still have some agency. And maybe if not as much agency as, the next person or what I like to be, I still have some level of influence. Like I said, it is easy to talk and yap about this, but I am trying to really like express that this is kind of a central like core thing that still kind of applies even like I'd like to think that's the thing. I guess is the way to put it is like I'm trying to apply this to myself on in and kind of like would like to think that I can still apply the same idea. And I guess that is kind of a inherent thing, which kind of goes back to the whole nothing in life is guaranteed. I can't guarantee that I won't just switch up tomorrow. You know what I mean? Um, and that's the problem. Is just it's a fundamental struggle, and that's why you need to remember shit, bro. You need to remember that God, everything's so fucking peak. Okay, we have anime. We got fucking cool shit going on. I can go and look up shit on the internet. Let's say, barring that, I can breathe. I can fucking breathe right now. That is just the myth of Sisyphus, if you think about it. It's just you have to constantly struggle and push the boulder up the hill. Because at the end of the day, even though I yap about taking the plunge, taking that hero's journey, trying to see what your limit is, it is a fundamental, continuous struggle. You will never truly win. There is no real at the end of the line like some magic sunshine and rainbows. Okay, in the end you will die. In the end, nothing really truly matters. But in the moment, in the very small moments that we see, the opportunities we have of getting to experience the universe, of experiencing life itself, we can see all the beauty that and feel the beauty of everything that happens around us. Okay, and that's my thesis, and that's why don't kill yourself, guys. 'Cause, I find you all killing yourselves. I'm good. You better have been taken by some like fucking devil. Okay, not devil. Gonna say a Chainsaw Man reference. Fucking, I don't remember. What I'm saying is it'd be very sad. Okay, I want every single story to become an anime. Okay, I want every single story to be so fucking peak. Okay, that I can just open up a catalog and just be like, oh man, I'm so spoiled on choice, and I can just choose whichever, and it's gonna be peak either way, right? So we're gonna change my fucking system language. You see this shit? Okay, you see this? Preferred language English. Uh, or Nihongo. We're making this shit Nihongo, okay? Okay. Now it's in Nihongo. Huh. Okay. Good luck, me. Good luck, me. Okay. I have to do shit like that, okay? Because yes, maybe it will be temporary, but at least I'm trying. At least I'm committing to a thing, and I have to just be willing to keep continuing the commitment. So yeah, guys. Yeah. Is there anything else I want to explore about this topic? Because I think I made a compelling point. Obviously, it's a bit muddled in my yap verse, but at the end of the day, I think I have to keep reminding this on every single point and level. You will arrive at your own conclusion. Nothing I say truly will is like air quotes like will become true, or like you won't really know until you've experienced it, come up with your own conclusion, and you'll start to realize things start aligning and start moving forward. So but yeah, don't kill yourself, guys. There you go. Or else I will be very, very sad. And um, and really you could have been, that person could have been at least a shining star somewhere in some way, in some other person's life, that could have led to another brilliant cool thing, but it just didn't happen. So it's kind of sucks. I mean,